Hey, I'm Brittlestar, and I'm here in beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia. Today, we're going to talk about how I'm going to die. That seems not that fun. But more importantly, we're going to talk about how you're going to die. Let's go for a ride. All right. Oh, mama. It feels like you're walking a dog that really wants to run. You know, like it's pulling on the leash and you're hanging on, just wants to go. Today I'm driving a Lamborghini Gallardo. It's not Gallardo. Don't say Gallardo, that's the wrong way to say it. Built from 2003 to 2013. This is the last of its kind. Kind of like me. You can just tell. The car's like, come on, man! Hit the gas! We're going to start by picking up Dr. John Owen. He's the founder and lead of the Men's Health Research Program at the University of British Columbia.
It feels so low. It's like kayaking. You're like on the water.
So tell me about what you do. What's your specialty? What's your whole thing?
So I do things in men's health. So things that affect guys.
Hang on a second, Corvette. Well, it was actually a Ferrari, wasn't it? Doesn't matter. It's just like motorcycles.
It's the club.
It's the club. I have to give a wave. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so things that affect guys, you know, in greater numbers.
Like why men's health as opposed to just health?
We've always thought that if we could make a difference in men's health outcomes, we would make a difference to everybody around them. And an example of that is we used to look at women in pregnancy and postpartum with their smoking.
Right.
And we used to focus on them. But we soon realised that if a dad's smoking in the house, then there's way more chance the woman isn't going to be able to give up smoking if she is a smoker.
Right.
Way more chance the kids are going to grow up to be smokers. So it's connected.
Okay, so we just met, but I want you to tell me what's going to kill me.
A lot of times you notice with guys that they seem to die of preventable things.
Right.
You know, motor vehicle accidents. And we also have a pretty close look at depression and suicide in men these days, because we think that depression is underdiagnosed in men and a lot more men suicide than do women. So
right, okay.
And you know, the heart and the head are truly connected in men, and I think if you're running high levels of stress that can really have ramifications for your physical and mental health. The folks around you bear the brunt of that a fair bit, and that again can just escalate stress.
Right.
So
I thought you were going to blame the people around me.
You know, I mean, ultimately, guys got to look after themselves, right?
Yeah, that's right. It's every man for himself.
With some good help.
That's right. Exactly. So what about older than that? Like what about once you get to your 50s, 60s and onwards?
It really comes down to cancer and cardiovascular disease.
Right.
So they're the two kind of things, and they're sort of clumped together because there's many cancers and there's many forms of cardiovascular disease. If you look at those decades, 50, 60, 70, it's really going to reflect, to some extent at least, what's happened earlier on in your life, right?
Okay.
20s, 30s, 40s.
Right.
Were you exercising? Were you able to have good food?
Right.
You know, and keep active, those sorts of things.
So you're really laying the groundwork when you're in those earlier decades.
Yeah, you are.
For what happens. So let's say for me, is it too late? If you don't do those things? Like what?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Good.
So my theory is that, you know, your body generally, if you don't get a chronic illness early in your life, your body generally is very good at repairing itself.
Right.
So if you drink too much, if you overexert, your body's very good at helping you recover quite quickly. And I think what happens is over time, as you age, your body isn't quite as good at recovering.
Yeah, this is something I discovered recently. It's exactly where it suddenly dawned on me that I was no longer 21 years old. And I'd be eating things, I'd be like, I don't feel great. Is there a definite point where you hit where it's like things just start shutting off?
I think people find it in their own time. You know, my fourth decade was kind of when I realised that I just couldn't do some of the food things that I'd done previously.
Right.
A lot of guys talk to me about their 10,000 steps that they do each
Is that
day.
a thing?
That is a thing.
Steps, like with your Apple Watch, your Fitbits, and all that kind of stuff. Steps are like a major topic of discussion in our house.
Yeah, I think it's such a great idea because it's a way of self-monitoring.
Yeah.
You can compete with other people and have a bit of fun with it. I think it's really helpful.
So it's quantifiable. Guys love it because it's scoring, right?
Numbers are good.
If you can kind of gamify your health, almost, it seems to be a good thing.
Yeah, I think it's a great thing to think about.
So with all of these things I can do to prevent the stuff that might happen to me, that might kill me, I mean, if I do all that stuff and I prevent it, I'm essentially going to live forever, right?
No.